I was running a marathon, but this one was through narrow, crowded corridors. Around me were people I used to know from school. I think Chris Lowe from the Pet Shop Boys was there too. I leapt over his head down a particularly crowded stairwell. There were people everywhere. This was no doubt slowing me down. But something else was too. It felt like I was wading through water. At points I was almost frozen in place and needed to grab the hand railings to launch myself forward. Finally, I crossed the finish line. A fine time. And I wasn't even tired. I proudly shouted this. I was showing off. I sat at a nearby table, and next to me was Neil Tennant. He looked hungry, so I offered him a sausage. He gladly accepted, though pointed out the blue plastic wrapper still around it. I assured him that this was edible as well. We both munched on those sausages until I suddenly realised that they hadn't been cooked, and we both spat it out and laughed about it. If I ever bump into the Pet Shop Boys, I just know I'm going to embarrass myself by telling them about the dream I had where I fed them raw sausages. I'm not scared. But them? They're going to make their excuses and leave. They're going to back away slowly as I babble on about my dreamland. How can I expect to be taken seriously? They don't know me. They don't care. To them, I'm just being boring. Years of listening to their music has helped me to build up this asymmetric relationship with them. But dreams have cemented it. The content of dreams is nonsense. I zone out when others describe their dreams to me. But what I do like, I love the passion. The fact that those few minutes they spend in that stupid artificial world has meant so much to them that they're willing to sound like an idiot when trying to explain it to me. I've given up trying to Google dreams. I'm fed up of those stupid dream interpretation sites, and how nobody's actually interested in discussing the feeling that accompanies dreams. You know the one. That feeling that accompanies dreams that convinces us that these aren't just real, but are in fact more than reality. I know my dreams represent real places I've been, but I would much rather be there in a dream. That version of it feels more intense, more mysterious, more exciting. When I'm in a dream, I'm like a newborn baby viewing the world for the first time. I find amazement in everything. If you try Googling this, then it comes up with forum posts where everybody suggests that you're depressed. But I don't think it's that, because I remember crying to my mum as a child that I was sad that I couldn't return to a nice dream that I had had. So there. So when I find myself babbling to a stranger about a dream I've had, I'm not really trying to explain the situation that happened. I'm trying to convey this intense feeling that accompanies it, that feeling that bonds me with the people I encounter and with the places that I explore in my dreams. This is the reason that I wake up and feel such a strong connection with those things, possibly forevermore. It's at times like this that people who don't dream are missing out. And no, I don't mean people who dream infrequently. Those people still know what a dream is. I'm talking about people who have never had a dream before that they have remembered, ever. I've met two people like this. They think a dream is something you think up before going to sleep. The concept of thinking a place up after you've gone to sleep is alien to them. Like, don't they find this terrifying that other people are doing this? Do they not have at least the slightest curiosity about what it would be like to dream? Apparently not. Probably because every description of one they've ever had has been a boring and incoherent babble, which further establishes my point that it's the feeling that accompanies dreams that is the bit that matters. A pure dopamine rush that rubs off on the rubbish around you. As a child, I was cursed with nightmares, really intense, vivid ones. I won't bore you with them. My parents said that bad dreams were a sign of a guilty conscience, so on top of having bad nightmares, I also believed that I was a bad person for having them. Kind of mean, really. These days, I often dream about past stages of my life, but they're not. I dream about an upcoming maths exam that I know I'm going to fail. Sometimes I'm in the exam room, other times it's months away, but I still feel I've left it too late to study. I look at a textbook and it's nonsense, and everybody around me seems so much better than I am. Thing is, this never happened. And yet it's still this oddly specific combination of failing maths at school every time. It always takes me a while to realise that this one's just a dream, and then when I finally do, I get a huge sense of relief. This dream has evolved a bit. I now ask myself, why am I doing this when I finished university years ago? But my brain makes something up like, this is the one course that you forgot about, or some rubbish like that. I dream about old pets I've had, who I must have lost for decades, and then I feel really guilty when I find them again, still alive. I suspect this is quite a common dream to have. And again, I don't care about those dream interpretation sites, which always have those cold, literal interpretations of these things. I dream about one old workplace that I really hated, and for some reason I'm back at work there again. In these dreams I feel ashamed and wonder why the hell I've returned. If you're still in education, then you've got this recurring nightmare to look forward to. It will come, and it will make you feel horrible. But it's not all bad. I also dream about my job at McDonald's, and they're always wonderful. I must have enjoyed that job. And I'm getting more and more dreams about my interactions with people online, and these dreams aren't just me sat at the computer. They're a more abstract, virtual depiction of that act that I don't know how to describe. In conclusion, for all of you who have had a dream you want to share, firstly, it's a load of rubbish that doesn't mean anything. But secondly, I appreciate you wanting to share it with me, and understand how much it must mean to you. I do get people messaging me about a dream they had about me. I don't think it's creepy. In fact, I think it's really nice, and I'd happily take the time to talk to you about it, and to use it as an icebreaker into deeper conversation. And I like to think that the Pet Shop Boys would feel the same way. Don't you, Neil? Yes, I'm talking to you. I know you like that sausage I gave you, and I know you must also have had that same dream about that marathon set in a crowded school. You can't hide from me, Neil. I'm coming for you. Very slowly, as though wading through water.